Welcome to Tech Fever Play Everything's weekly tech podcast where we talk about the tech news of the week, everything from home theaters, smart home to AI and robots and everything in between. Every episode we'll give you our favorite tech picks of the week, tech steals of the week, and if you want to get a question read live on air, you can send it into TechFeverPodcast@gmail.com. Alongside me, as always, is that beautiful, beautiful boy, Kevin Coello.
If I didn't like this shirt so much, I would have smiled with liquid in my mouth and it pour out. But I like this shirt a lot.
It's just water.
No, it's Gatorade.
Water. Oh,
don't stain.
Look at you in your little mason jar.
I always play with wide mouth mason jars. You know what I mean? So I get in there. I get in there. Nothing's stopping me. You know what I mean?
I can't do it.
It's because of ice.
Can't do the mason jars. And running the board as always, Tumble Vlogs.
Yo.
This is a long show. It's going to be a big show today. So sorry we're doing it so late.
We never know.
Kevin, any new tech you've been playing for the week that you want to talk about at the top of the show?
I got a bunch of different mounts for my monitors. I was showing you before the show started. If I want, I can pull up a monitor now, put it in frame.
Yeah.
Is there any use for that? You know what I mean? No, not really. But I really enjoy being able to do it. And more importantly, I freed up my desk. But honestly, it's just you go on Amazon, you put in a 34-inch monitor arm, and it's just one of those. So I don't think it's worth promoting in any way. But my desk is nice, so that's good.
Yeah, I think a monitor mount's like essential. Like it's crazy how much room it clears up. The one that I got in the studio.
Yeah, you have one too, right? You have one with that holds up 3.
Correct. Yeah, I got the 3 monitors going on my already raised desk that has like the shelving around the backside.
Mm-hmm.
Just so much space. I love having the space. And now I just gotta get the Rodecaster so I could slide the soundboard under the little like shelving when we're not using the when we're not using the soundboard. That's one of the big selling points for me.
Little setup there.
But
I originally went with the 3 mount that you had, which is one pole in the middle. It clamps onto your desk, and then 2 arms that come out of it. Right?
Yeah. Didn't like it?
No, they couldn't take the weight. These are 27-inch monitors, but I don't know. They're nice monitors. I think they do the 120 hertz. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. The important 120.
Maybe more. It looks like it's doing 60 now. Maybe I got to press some buttons or something on here. I'll figure that out later. But it just couldn't handle the weight of all 3 of them. And it was tilting a little bit, which meant I couldn't get it to angle straight. Also, they could only go so wide. So unless I had it as opened as possible, the monitors were overlapping a little bit. And I was losing a little bit of that edge. So instead, I'm now using 1 monitor in the middle and then 2 mounts on the side. So I have 3 mounts on this desk, and I've got the light mounted and my camera mounted too on the side of the desk. So there's a lot of stuff mounted on here, but my desk is looking really clean for the first time in a long time. So I'm real happy about that.
I was trying to do I had a 32-inch QLED TV that I tried to put up. And the monitor mount I have is able to do up to 32 inches, but it doesn't work right in terms of like the angling of all the monitors. So it really frustrated me.
That's the same issue I think I was having.
Yeah.
But everything good on the computer? Are you guys hearing that?
Are you guys hearing that?
They just said I unplugged something and then plugged it back in.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure it's not on my side.
There's a ghost.
It's interesting because the triple mount that I bought said it could do 34 inches, but these 27 inches were giving me problems. So baloney on that is what I say.
Gotta get that, tighten it up with an Allen wrench. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta get in there.
I bought some Hue switches and sensors that I forgot at my job, so I haven't been able to have a chance to play it. It's actually gonna be. I've had Hue since they came out with the 2nd gen bulbs. And this is my first time like getting like the switches and everything now that we have a house and I'm finally like we're done pretty much with the studio. There's some stuff we still got to do, so now I can focus on the rest of the house. So I'm excited.
A little bit of foam you got to put up.
Yeah, the foam, our falling ceiling that we've had since day one.
When you say the hue switches, you mean the hue dimmer switch, right? The
No,
one
it's
with 4 buttons.
yeah. Well, it's 3 buttons. It's the 3 preset ones.
Pretty sure it's 4 buttons.
No, it's the circular one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the hue tap something, right?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
what it's
yeah.
called?
Got that
Yeah.
bad boy, and then a motion sensor for my door for my room, and then
Yes,
eventually
yes.
expanded out here. So not everybody has to like be on their phone or to like turn off a light.
Yeah, but you can yell,
Because
right?
that living room, not
But
yet.
you gotta know what the name of the light is if you want to turn it on. That's the most annoying thing, that you can't like group small lights. Like in my living room, I have an overhead light, so 2 lights. But if I want to turn them off, just that off, right? Because it interferes with the TV sometimes, where I'm like, that's a little bright.
Yeah.
Got some color there that I don't need while I'm watching this movie. I have to be like, okay, blank, the key phrase. Turn off overhead light 1. Wait, and then be like, all right, turn off overhead light 2.
Yeah.
And I wish I could just be like, hey, turn off living room overhead light.
Yeah.
And
I
I
mean,
think
you can do that on Amazon. You can do that with the Alexas. That again, that's why I really enjoy the Lexus. It gives you a little bit more leeway there, because I had it all set up in this one apartment I lived in for a long time, where I could just be like, turn off like living room, and it would turn off like the ones that I set to the living room lights.
well, I mean, yeah, it'll do that for sure.
Yeah, so
but
but you could just go turn off TV lights, and it'll be the overhead ones.
yeah, but you have to like create like individual rooms for them in Google in Hue, and I don't like doing that because it breaks some other stuff. Like you can create a zone, but it
I never had an issue with it.
I used to do that back when I was living in my old spot. Everything was kind of created as its own room, and then when I got the Hue sync, it like caused problems with that. The Hue sync box.
Interesting. Yeah. See, I haven't done it with the Hue Sync box yet, so
Mm.
we will see. I'll check. I'll let you know. I'll report on that.
All right, let me know.
And then the biggest thing I got was I finally got the Galaxy Fold 2. It's here.
Ooh, look at that!
It's
Look at
here.
that.
I love it. I really do enjoy using the phone. I use the outer screen a ton. Just
Do you
for,
love it though?
Yeah, for the text
Do you love
messaging
it?
stuff. There are things I definitely don't like about it that I think Apple has been sorted out for a long time.
All right, chill out, bro. Let's hear the problems. I'll see that it's Android problem, or is it a Samsung problem?
I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about the things I like first about it. I feel like that's appropriate. I love the screen space, obviously, that you get from it. I love how integrated the things that are integrated with it. Like not everything's integrated with it, which I'm starting to find out. So I do love the things that that are made for it. It works really, really well. The camera is beautiful camera on it. And I don't know, I really enjoy that screen real estate for when you're even through Twitter or through YouTube, especially being able to use it. Or sometimes I have it up on the front screen. I pop open YouTube, put it on my bed, watch something while I fall asleep.
Nothing. Go ahead.
No, what did you say?
I was just gonna make a masturbating joke, and I was like, it's already been done.
But yeah, so there's a lot to love about it. I love the customization of Android that you have that we are now getting on iOS 11, which I haven't been able to play with yet. So next week I'll talk about that. But yeah, a lot to know. Oh, another really big thing that I wish more phones did, especially Apple, the charging. It stops charging once it's full to preserve, so you don't fuck up your battery. It's amazing.
So it stops charging,
100
depletes battery, and then starts again, or what's up?
Yeah. Essentially, that's.
But isn't that then doing the same problem where it's like?
No, because what happens is when you leave it plugged in and it's already charged, you're now overcharging your battery, and that fucks up the cells in the battery. So then that's why your battery life like gets cut in half in like the first couple months if you like leave it plugged in overnight. It's just a little touch where it has like smart charging.
A big deal.
Smart charging is huge, and yet nobody does it. And so that was the first thing I noticed the first time I charged it, was that once it got to 100%, it was no longer charging, which is a big fucking deal for me.
And then at what point does it start charging again? Like 99%, or is it gonna wait?
I didn't catch that because I have good battery life on it right now. So I charge it, left it at 100%, and I just went to bed and woke up with like 90% battery life.
Okay, so but like it hadn't started charging again.
Well, I
Or
took
you
it off
unplugged
the
it?
charger. I took it off the charger, and then
Okay,
just put it on my
okay.
bedside because I want to see how good
That's
that battery is.
Yeah.
Now, what I don't like
How
about
good has the battery been?
fantastic, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it, especially with
Like
that.
you ending your days with like 20%, or you ending your days with like 30%,
I mean, I'm at
or you ending your days
21%
with
right now.
15%.
21% right now
Okay.
off of a 90% charge.
All right, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds really good.
Yeah, and I've been using it a lot today, especially with trying to. I don't know what's going on with our computer.
Ghost. You got Ghost in the shell.
There's a
Maybe
ghost.
someone deleted a drive. It's freaking it out now.
Yeah. Oh man, don't even bring it up. I'm real
I know.
upset about that.
I'm sorry. That sucks.
But and it's my stupid fault. Also the fingerprint reader. Really enjoy that. I like having that again.
Right?
Because we were
It's
talking about
nice.
it yesterday. With masks, it just fucks up the face ID, and on the Apple, you don't have another option. Like there's no fingerprint reader, so you're always typing your PIN. So it's nice to have that that unlock button right there on the side where you can just boop and you're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't like about it, first thing is not everything's integrated with it. It's very upsetting. Instagram, out of all things.
What do you mean?
So if I open up let's see if you can see it on the camera. If I open up Instagram, you get this. You get the black bars on the sides.
Oh yeah,
It's really annoying. And then
you mean the app isn't fully optimized for it?
correct. Well, and you cannot do the front screen to middle screen with it either. You have to restart the app.
Motherfucker.
So things that aren't integrated with it, you basically have to restart if you like open it on the front screen and then open it on the middle screen. Which I feel like the solution is just give me the tablet version of the app, because Instagram works on iPad, like it works on Galaxy.
Yeah, but it does the same thing you're doing right there, where it doesn't have. I don't believe it has like a dedicated Instagram app. It's just the iPhone app times 2 kind of thing.
No,
you know what I'm talking about?
That's interesting because 6+ years ago, I was using my sister's iPad for Instagram. And it was full screen. It wasn't like cut off or anything. Mm-hmm. So that is interesting if they have that issue across the board on their tablet.
I can go find out. I got my iPad over there.
Yeah, I mean that's up to you. But I do think that is weird that they wouldn't have a optimized one for a tablet.
Dedicated. I'm like 95% sure, like where you can't flip its orientation.
You can't flip the orientation, but you can. If it's open upright, it takes up the screen, if I recall. But again, that was a long time ago, so I don't know if they regressed. I can't imagine they have. So that's annoying on the things that aren't like super optimized for it. Again, Instagram's the only one that I found out so far that isn't super optimized for it, and the Best Buy app is not.
And the Best Buy app, god damn it.
Yeah, and that's one
hitting you where it hurts most.
I use that one a ton, so that's a little upsetting. Front screen. It's a little narrower.
You see?
That's interesting.
You see?
Yeah.
Same thing. And then there you can minimize it, and it's like, oh yeah, it's just the iPhone one. Don't notice. It's not a big deal.
How lazy.
It's a little cracked. Fun fact: I accidentally threw a crowbar on it.
Oh man, you're terrible with things. Terrible.
I mean, fuck, I can't argue it. Yeah, I'm terrible. Fuck you guys, all right? What am I going to do? I guess I suck at not breaking stuff.
I saw you yesterday, and he was like, oh man, I was so pissed, and the new phone he just got cracked. It's like, Kevin, like you didn't have the glass protector on it? I could help you out with that. And, he just didn't have the glass. He's like, I have a case. I should have been able to take care of it.
Bro, come on. Like, you understand what I was saying, where it's like the case on purpose is designed to sit not flush with the unit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but look what happened. You know what I mean?
You see that? It sits right up. There's a space. You see the little space right there? If you had the glass protector,
you would have been good.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I didn't have my friend fucking tell me like, oh, hey, man, I know you just got a phone and you got a case. And I remember you're stupid with them and you drop them all the time because you got them sausage fingers. Maybe get a little screen protector. I would have been like, hey, man, fuck you. And then you could have been like, I told you. Now you're saying I told you without telling me.
Don't turn this on me. Another thing, I don't know. You were talking to me about before we started the show today how this is running on like an older version of Android.
It feels
It
feels that way. Yeah.
Because it still has you don't just swipe up to get rid of your apps. You have to hit a button and then get rid of your apps, which doesn't bother. It really doesn't bother me.
It's one of those things that it feels like the UI feels really old. Like when I was playing around with it yesterday, I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful device. Like the screen is incredible, but also like going through stuff, like feels like it feels totally unfamiliar for me. Where it's just like, I don't know. I guess they've just made like we just went to Android 11, and that has some changes that I'm still not 100% used to. But like grabbing that honestly feels like Android 5 days, which I believe is around Honeycomb, one of those.
I'm trying to figure out what version I have it on, but I have an update ready for me, so I can't.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, so download that bad boy tonight. But yeah, so the notifications, the front lock screen really irritates me because the notifications are just not. I just feel like something as simple as like what Apple does, where it's like you get the notification, you can swipe them away, or you can swipe to open them.
Yeah, I mean that's a thing for me too.
Yeah,
if I get a notification, you get the bar, and then you can double click to open it, or swipe it left to close it out. What's going on with Samsung?
It's just it doesn't. I mean, I guess now that I'm looking at it right now, it does have it, but I was having trouble with getting it to where it stays, like where it's like it unlocks with my face and then I swipe to open it. And I was trying to play around with that, getting that to work. So some difficulty there.
So you were just having it open before you could
even look at everything. So I know there's a way to do it. It's just Android's so goddamn complicated on finding it.
Why are you using the face unlock? Why not just tag the fingers that hold it?
Tag the fingers that hold it.
Do the fingerprinting for the fingers, whatever fingers.
Because then it just opens it, and then I have to then go into the notifications. If I do
interesting.
Like if I put my thumb on it, it just automatically unlocks it.
Yeah, because they put it on the power button. See, that's the thing. I didn't like. I couldn't put my finger on why I didn't like having the thumb scanner on the power button. Also, your power button and volume rocker are flipped, which freak me out.
That is irritating. I noticed myself trying to go and adjust the volume, and I am hitting that freaking home button.
The power button, right? Yeah. It's just a weird thing to have the volume rocker up top. Anyways, yeah. So for the Pixel phones, you've got the little fingerprint. Well, not the 4, but everything except for the 4. You have the fingerprint scanner on the back. And then the power button on the side here, it's like blue or something, right there.
Yeah.
So I can turn on my phone, pull down, and see my notifications without it being unlocked. And once I want to open it, that's when it's like, hey, scan your finger. And because of the way I'm holding it, boom, give it a little touch, it's unlocked. It's just those UI mechanics are so hard to nail perfectly. You know what I mean?
Apple's done it.
Well, I mean, yeah, but Google's done it too. Samsung's have some problem with it.
Yeah, apparently, and it's minor. It's not enough to be like.
Yeah.
And then also I'm having
and it's also annoying because it's new.
Yeah, and the app notifications aren't going away on some of my apps,
that's weird.
Extremely frustrating for me.
Yeah, that reminds me of Assassin's Creed Odyssey when you can't you got to go in there to take out the notifications. You got to go deep into the menus, and it's like, oh, I don't like this.
That's really frustrating for me. But I mean, other than that, I'm really enjoying it so far. I really am loving. I don't regret it at all. There's just a couple clunky things, and I'm trying to figure out widgets, and it's just and I know.
Is there any chance?
I know Apple's late to the game on widgets, but to be honest, I guarantee you, I'm gonna jump into it tonight. But I guarantee you, it is easier to use and understand, and I know. There's just something about their UI that they do so like.
Damn, I
Perfectly.
can't show this because it has my credit card information. I mean, it just has my last 4 digits, but it's still probably not a good idea to show that. But they just introduced this new shit where if you hold down the power button, you know that'll give you the on-off menu, right? Where you're like, oh, power off, restart. That's what it used to do. Now what they added like maybe a year and a half ago, maybe 6 months ago, was you've got your credit cards on there for the tap payment, which Apple also has that. Been having that for a while, right? But what they just added is widgets there underneath that for your house. So right now I have the option to turn all my lights on or off. Then I've got living room lights. I've got the the doors. I can unlock the front door and the back door. And then underneath, I've got thermostat. And if I click a button, I can open up my backyard camera. Another button, my outside camera.
That's cool.
It's totally customizable. So those are the things that I wanted to have on there. And I'm loving that feature.
Yeah.
It's new, so I'm still kind of trying to get it down. But I think it's so easily accessible. And it was, it's having access to your cameras on Google Home. It's just one of those things that you have to go into Google Home, find the room, click on you know what I mean? There's just a couple more steps than I want there to be for sometimes when I'm like, is there a car outside my house right now? And I'm in the office doing something, but I'm hearing noise. Now I can just hold that down, click outside, boom, I'm seeing it.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
and
that's awesome. And here's the thing: I'm still. This is my first Android phone in like forever, like since like high school. Which last one? When my last one, what the big feature was the eye thing. I know we've talked about it before, where you scroll with.
Oh yeah, where track your eye.
That was my first like Android, like my last Android phone I had. So I'm still getting used to it, and I still have a lot of things to learn in terms of like the UI. But that's what's frustrating about Android. Is there's more like it's more complicated than Apple, which again, it's fine. I'll be able to navigate it and learn it, but just from one day of doing that conversion, that it is frustrating. But Kevin, you are going to be very happy to hear. You remember that story we did where Samsung was saying that, or Google is trying to get them more integrated with Samsung stuff?
Yeah,
100% possible. Like it urges you to do it. It says, "Do you want to use Google?" And you go, "Yes." And now you have Google Assistant on it. You not Bixby. You can use Google Messaging. You can use it's already all pre-installed.
Yeah.
So you can use.
I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, everything.
It's just one of those things where it's like I wish that it was like stock Android was like everyone's like, all right, this is what we're doing, but everyone's just got to put their little touches on Android because. Their phone is different.
I instantly went through and deleted all the Samsung junkware.
Good,
everything.
Good. Were you able? How did you feel like you were able to delete most of them?
Majority of it, yeah. There's like 3 or 4 things that I can't delete. But what's cool is you got Google Photos. You can fully integrate that. You can fully integrate messaging. You can fully integrate pretty much all the Google suite. I accidentally hit I accidentally activated Bixby. I have no idea how. It was do you want to use this? And you could just be like, nope, I want to use Google Assistant. And then you just press yes. So that is a win for Kevin Coello if you ever switch over. But I'm loving it. It feels great. It's super thin when it's open, and then even when it's closed, I feel like it's not super thick. It's thicker, but I feel like it's not crazy.
Yeah, it didn't feel bad in your hands. You know what I mean? Holding it felt fine. I felt like it was safe to hold when it was folded, and when I opened it up, I'm gonna be holding it with 2 hands. So I think that the size is totally doable.
Yeah, 100%. And then honestly, the more I play with it, the less the
wallpaper.
Was it? Oh yeah, I'm going to. It took me a while to figure out how to get my contacts.
Oh.
So I'm getting there. Again, first day.
Do you not have Google contacts?
The more I look at it, no, I figured out how to get my iCloud contacts into my phone.
Okay.
So I'm good there. But you could use Google Contacts. That's the nice thing about it.
Yeah.
So you can completely integrate everything if you switch phones a lot, or if you just want to use Google stuff because Samsung stuff is so bad.
It's just like stop pushing it. You know what I mean? Just
Last note on it though, the more I look at the tablet screen on it, the less I notice the crease.
yeah. I feel like looking at it dead on, like you're not gonna notice it at all. And if you have it opened up, you're looking at it dead on. You know?
Yeah, I mean it's not
Unless you
an
have it-
issue at all. Like for me,
Yeah.
like I mean if that really bothers you, then yeah, you're definitely still gonna notice it. But like the more I use it, the less I notice it. So. For anybody who is wondering if the crease is a big issue, it is not for me personally.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's gonna be if you're looking at it because it's such a nice looking screen.
It's so beautiful.
Are you gonna take the screen protector off the middle one
We'll see.
or the
We'll see. I'm real nervous about that. The fact that they recommend a professional to take it off is kind of
yeah?
upsetting.
Is there someone at Best Buy that could do that? That is a
I mean,
professional?
I'm sure I could do it. You know.
But I mean, you
no.
didn't have that. You didn't watch the training video.
There's
It's probably like
no
a 3-minute
professional
video.
at Best Buy on it.
Huh?
I said there's no professional at Best Buy on it. Nobody bought this fucking phone.
Really?
Well, apparently, when we were on hold for 25 minutes with the Verizon lady, she's like, "You're one of the few people who bought it. Congratulations."
Oh, you didn't tell us that part, so it's confusing for me and Tumbo. Right, Tumbo?
True. Very true.
Kevin, you ready to talk some tech?
Yeah, man. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk some tech. You see the Oculus Quest 2? The
Bro, that shit
announcement.
looks sexy. It's so sexy looking.
We've got a lot of rumors ahead of time, so it wasn't kept very good. It wasn't a good kept secret. But the Oculus Quest 2 is here, and it sounds like it's a
Kept
tremendous
secret, huh?
upgrade over the original in every way. Announced today during the Facebook Connect conference, Quest 2 will feature sharper displays with 50% higher resolution than before. Support for 90 hertz refresh rates and surprisingly low entry price of $299. Basically, it seems like Facebook is positioning the Quest to be the ultimate VR headset, one that can be thrust you into the VR worlds wirelessly without the need for any extra hardware. And for those lucky enough to have the gaming PC, it's more than capable as a wired headset. The Quest 2 features fast switching LCDs with a resolution of 1832 by 1920. That's a nice bump from the 1440 by 1600 screens from before. But since they're no longer OLED, you can say goodbye to the inky dark black levels. And that is the heartbreaker. Given the plenty high-end VR headsets are almost moving over to faster LCDs, even the incredible Valve Index, it's hard to get mad over the change. It's nice to see support for 90 hertz refresh rates, which will make VR experience far smoother and a fast and won't be available at launch, so you'll be stuck at 72 hertz. Sorry, so the refresh rates won't be available at launch. You're gonna have the 72 hertz until they get that update pushed through. What's interesting to this is they're getting rid of the Oculus Rift S.
I don't even know what that one is. Which one's the Rift S?
That's the dedicated PC one.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That's crazy.
They're going all in with this. So the Oculus Go is no longer a thing, and then the Rift S is...
Fuck, I have a Rift S.
Yeah, discontinued, man. And I just bought an Oculus Quest, and the thing that pisses me off is the bumped up resolution. Like, I could have bought it for that. I should have bought it for that. I didn't. I should have waited.
Yeah, can't you return it though?
No, I can't. Didn't buy it from Best Buy.
Oh.
And this is why I don't buy things from Best Buy or not from other retailers.
Damn.
It's upsetting.
Yeah, wait, how long have you had it for? Like 2 months?
Yeah, it's way past the time to be able to return it.
That's a bummer.
Is that true? 8K video? It supports?
No,
Tombo?
it's 4K, 4K video.
What are you on? Tombo's showing me something that says 8K. Oh, it's about the processor?
Bullshit, dude.
That's what it has.
Because it has the Snapdragon XR2 5G processor. But
what I've heard,
that one doesn't do 8K on the thing, though. I think that chipset usually does, but I don't think it does.
I think it can handle like 4K video the way it's doing it. So that's cool. but I'm a little bit worried about the fact that they're moving away from OLED, just because I feel like the you really notice it when the screen is like fucking an inch away from your eyeball, you know?
Yeah.
Because there's just that little glow.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a noticeable on a TV where you're like 10 feet away. I imagine it's going to be super noticeable when it's right up on your eyeballs. Yeah, so that's cool. It's crazy that they're making the Quest their flagship. I mean, I guess it's not that crazy because it's uber successful. Like,
I mean, it's affordable and it's like all in one, man. Like you put that little bad boy on and you're ready to go. I mean, my favorite thing about the PSVR, it was like it's easy, you know?
Yeah.
You get the game, you set it up, and then you slap it on and you're in the VR world. This is even one step easier where you don't have to, there's no wires, you know?
yeah. I mean, $300 and then you buy the $80 Connect cable and then you can play all your VR games on your PC.
Sure.
And which is really cool. I actually was looking into getting that USB-C cable because it's like a special USB-C cable.
Yeah, it's a thicker, fatter one.
Because I want to, do the custom Beat Saber maps where it's like any song that you want, which is very desirable to me.
Maps, huh?
Well, I mean, they're like maps.
Tracks?
Levels.
Tracks?
Tracks.
I think they're tracks.
Sure. Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
What were you highlighting? What did you want me to cover, Tombo? I don't know if you were highlighting that for me.
No, you're good.
Yeah, so that's a really exciting. That's the cool thing about technology is like once it kind of gets ironed out a little bit, it becomes better and cheaper. $300 is very competitive from the 400, 500 that it was. So
it's really cool.
Exciting. I mean, that's the cost of a Xbox Series S. You know what I mean?
I get it.
You can do it. You can jump into that VR. In other news, Eero could be coming out with a faster Wi-Fi 6 router. I just wanted to touch on this because Eero hasn't really like updated their like flagship routers in a while, and Wi-Fi 6 is becoming a bigger and bigger thing. Again, that's just being able to be faster, be able to connect to more devices without slowdown. Essentially,
isn't it cool how I don't know the Wi-Fi, what the system is? Do they have a board? Who makes the decisions? I'm not sure. But the fact that like we're now moving off of what frankly is an absurd system to like, all right, it's called Wi-Fi 6. That's what it's called. It's no longer called like a billion letters with some numbers thrown on there too.
Like a bunch of nonsense.
It was such a like I'm having trouble remembering what the latest iteration of it was before Wi-Fi 6.
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you the name.
AG at the end, right? And then a bunch of numbers before that. That was like the highest.
Tombo's on it. Tombo's looking it up.
And they had the Mophie also was a name they were throwing around.
Yeah, I like the naming too. It's easy to get, or like at least like you're not saying Mumo and trying to explain that to somebody what Mumo is.
Exactly.
Working at a Best Buy, dude. Working at a goddamn Best Buy, explaining what like saying Mumo. First of all, that's a ridiculous sentence, whatever it's in, and then two, you just see their eyes glaze over. Like I don't know what's going on. I don't want anything to do with this.
It was a really bad system, and then just now being able to say Wi-Fi 6 is so cool. It's interesting that Eero hasn't had an update.
So 802.11.
802.11.
AC. That was Wi-Fi
AC,
5.
Not AG?
AC. AG or G was Wi-Fi 3, unofficial. 2009.
That's crazy.
50 megabits per second, max speed. And then now we are at, god damn, 10.53 gigabytes per second.
Yeah, but like the Ethernet wire it's connected to that are not pulling that much,
We'll get it. That's the exciting thing.
I'm so upset. Like I recently wired my house for I wired it for Cat 6A, which I can't remember what the limit is. It might be 10 gigabits a second, which is really freaking fast. But the problem is you can't buy a Ethernet switch for that speed. right now, pretty much all that's available is 1 gig. So like, there's bottlenecks, and we'll get past that. We'll get past that, but
Sounds like you need a Luxel switch. You know what I mean?
no, I don't know what that words mean.
So that's exciting. Eero's updating, and I forgot
Have you
Amazon
fucked
bought
with the
them.
Eero?
Yeah, we have the Eero system here at the house.
I really like it. It very much impresses me.
It does. It's a great system. Actually, we got Geek
Almost
Squad
as good as
protection on ours, so it looks like we're coming up on an upgrade. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's almost as good as the Nest Wi-Fi. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I haven't had hands-on experience with the Nest.
I'm just messing around. No, I mean they're very much comparable. The only thing is, do you have to have the central pod? Central? Or no, I'm sorry, the router pod?
What do you mean central? Like in between everything?
Yeah.
No.
Or like each one works like you don't have to worry about like putting whatever the thing that's connected to the router in the middlemost position. Like, can you have that one in your studio and then another one because right now with Nest you have to have it central, and that like determines the weakness, the strength of the ones away from it.
No, I mean I do think it has a strain on performance, but you don't have to.
Yeah. Basically, what I'm saying is, can you have one in your studio that's the center, the main base, and then the one in your living room, and then one in your bedroom, and they all have the same strength?
I mean, we have it set up like that now, and I haven't noticed any slowdown.
You can open up the app and see if the strength of the one in your room is as strong as the one in your living room. Because that's the thing. The way you're set up, if you were Nest, you would have to make the living room one your main one.
Yeah, we have one in our kitchen and then one in the back room. One of the back rooms.
Where's the main hub?
In the studio.
In the studio?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I haven't noticed. I would have to look into that. I have to get log into that Eero app again. New phone.
Oh, of course.
Not mine. It's under Flowers. So Flowers got that login. So can't do it right now. But I really haven't noticed any kind of issues, especially since Sonic. We had a lot of issues before Sonic. After we switched to Sonic and we got that gig up, gig down, there's really no issues I've really seen.
Symmetrical, man. It's a game changer.
Other than
I was just talking to a friend of mine about how like it just makes everything in life better.
Yeah.
You know?
It really does.
I downloaded some Avengers. It was like 100 gigs or something insane. That number might be wrong.
Yeah.
But like it legitimately took 20 minutes.
So
it was
fast.
insane.
So fast.
I love it so much. I'm so sorry for people that don't have access to that. Our lives are better because of it. It's just fact. Yours would be too. Do whatever you can to make it happen.
Uploading an hour, 2 hour long YouTube video literally takes minutes.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. It's insane. The other day, and I might have brought this up before, but we had to do a quick shoot at the studio. It was just me and Miller, right? Keeping our safe distance and whatnot. Yeah. But I did a test shot to send over to someone.
Yeah.
2 gigs. I was like, oh, okay, I'll just toss this in there. Nope, 30 minutes. It's going to take 30 minutes. Just like that would have taken maybe a minute here. Probably less. Dude, to send over.
When we started this journey, like when I started the channel and we first started on Completely Consensual, it would be uploading overnight and still not be uploaded in time. Like for the uploading. So it's crazy now that by the time I'm done editing the description and like putting the thumbnail up and everything, it's already processing. Like it's already uploaded, all set. Crazy. Insane. It's a game changer. TikTok. Microsoft. Did you see their little statement that they put out?
Yeah. They don't care. They're done. They're like, whatever, fuck it. We didn't even want it.
So Microsoft's statement is, we are confident our proposal would have been good for TikTok users while protecting national security interests. To do this, we would have made significant changes to ensure that service met the highest standards of security, privacy, online safety, and combating disinformation. And we made these principles clear in our August statement. We look forward to seeing how the service evolves in these important areas.
And China was like, well, not China, but like TikTok was like, we'd rather burn the app than sell it to them.
I mean, pretty much.
Right?
And it looks like,
Like, we're not giving that algorithm to anyone. We would eat it first.
Yeah. And it's a successful algorithm. Like, it works really, really well.
That's what I've heard. I've never used it.
Basically, what happens is, like, if you're making a TikTok, if you're making
my water, I'm listening.
Yeah, if you're making a TikTok, right, and you're just starting out, basically what it does is it will take one of your like videos and will automatically put it on the front page. So you'll automatically get that like burst of like, like 1 million likes and shares and this and like thousands of comments off the bat. Like just by like, doing your normal stuff. So then that gets you like addicted to it as you do as a creator. And then it makes you go harder and try out all these different things. And then the algorithm will come back around and then it will
you got a TikTok or what's up?
Pop you up again. I like going on there. I like going on there every once in a while, seeing the madness. I have a really good algorithm going. Basically I see insane people on my TikTok, exactly how I like it. Like insane people. Like that's my favorite part of TikTok. I don't do it for anything else but the crazy people. The meth heads, the like crack addict, like everything. I love it. The real redneck, like real deep South, like people who are in there. That's my favorite part of the algorithm is because you can train it to do whatever you want. To give you a really good feed of the things that you like. So that's what I enjoy. So that's what I see on TikTok. But as a creator making it, like they'll automatically put you on the front page at some point. Like it's really easy to get on their front page, and then it'll give you the pop, and then all of a sudden you'll be chasing after that again, and then eventually you'll get it again, and it'll keep you motivated and keep you making more. Which is something I think YouTube should experiment with, because I think that's beneficial for everybody.
Yeah. The problem is that YouTube already has a system that kind of works for it, and like they're not trying to mess with their numbers at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think that would be awesome for like somebody with like 300 subscribers, and then all of a sudden their video's on the front page, and then now has 1 million, and then like that doesn't happen every time, but that one time having that really keeps you chasing after it. Definitely.
But it's this TikTok Oracle deal kind of weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
seems like China's still gonna.
Yeah, I didn't say that part yet. So it looks like Oracle reportedly won the bid for TikTok since Microsoft dropped out. Essentially, it's not a complete buyout. They're basically going to be dealing with like the U.S. infrastructure of TikTok itself, like the servers, and then working on a lot of the back end stuff, which I would have liked to see Apple jump in and like put in a bid and see how that went, because I feel like
they have a lot of money. You know what I mean?
I feel like they would have done really good with that. Like, I feel like that's an Apple property waiting to happen, is TikTok, if they eventually ever sell it. But you're right. The CEO of TikTok was basically like, hey, we're not giving that algorithm out to anybody.
He was like, I have 4 kids, but I love this algorithm 10 times more. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So funny. So yeah, that's what's going on with TikTok. If anybody was interested, it is interesting. I've never seen this before, where basically the U.S. strongholds a foreign company into selling part of the company.
But what's crazy is like this headline here: China ByteDance to keep majority of TikTok stake in Oracle deal. It's like, man, I wonder how good of a deal this is for Oracle. And like if it actually pays off.
How good of a deal is it for TikTok? Because if Oracle didn't get involved, then they would lose a huge chunk of the audience on TikTok.
Yeah, but like they're still losing huge chunks of audiences, right? They lost India, which is enormous.
Yeah, but the US though, as a market, is like where this stuff either thrives or dies.
I don't know, man. I feel like globally, like India's got the numbers way bigger, way bigger.
Yeah, but if you look at
Their
something,
population is 3 times as large as ours.
if you look at like the U.S. has single-handedly kept up Xbox, like single-handedly, whereas PlayStation is prominent.
Yeah, but also
every,
Xbox is owned by one of the most financially successful companies in the world.
correct, but you can't tell
Yeah.
me the Xbox One didn't sell good. It sold great. Like it wasn't PlayStation numbers.
Not as good as PS4, am I right, my dude?
But yeah,
Am I
yeah,
right?
I mean, you're right.
I mean,
You're right. But it was it
PS3
basically
too. Oh, sold out the Xbox 360 over time. If you look at the numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. But I'm saying like the U.S. has kept like Xbox alive in terms of like the market here.
I don't know if you,
it's
know
nothing to
the
mess around.
PS2 most successful console ever made.
Yeah.
So I guess it sold out the Xbox as well.
No, I agree with that.
You were saying Microsoft makes something that works, you know?
No, I agree with all those statements. You know, you said nothing wrong there. But
Sony ponies all the way. Am I right?
I think that would have been devastating for them to lose that U.S. market.
Yeah.
Frankly,
I don't know about devastating still. I think it would have been bad.
no, it would have been devastating. Because you're not in India, you're not in the U.S. Like you're really just going to become like a Chinese
I guess.
app.
Yeah, you're right. With the fact that they already lost India, then yes, it would have been devastating. It would have been like their 2 biggest markets.
Yeah, and sorry, I'm trying to figure out a way to transition this, but we were talking a big deal about the ARM processors when Apple announced that they're going to be putting those into their computers, and it looks like a crazy deal is about to happen. It looks like SoftBank is reportedly close to selling ARM to Nvidia. First thoughts on that before I get into the article.
Fucking wild. Did it not happen already?
No,
I thought it happened.
I don't think it officially happened. Tombo, can you look that up? See if that came up.
Wait, so the Apple doing their own ARM chips isn't them doing their own thing, or they're still using the ARM architecture?
Yeah, they still have to pay essentially for that like technology, but it's not an absorb, like they get more of a cut from ARM processing than they do from Intel. Than Intel gets you, and Intel is like crazy with their processors in terms of like, they've had a stronghold on the Intel processors for like a long time.
On processors, just CPU processors.
Yeah, just in general
for a long ass time. Well, that's the thing. Like I think that the biggest part of this story is, Nvidia to acquire for $40 billion.
$40 billion.
$40 billion. Or we can think about it as 10 Star Wars franchises. You know?
I don't think they've done it yet. It's to acquire. So like all of them are saying like to acquire or like going to buy.
That's what I figured. I did the news today. I didn't see anything about that going through. But SoftBank might be close in finding a buyer for ARM, and it won't surprise you who the bidder might be. Wall Street Journal sources say SoftBank is close to closing a deal to sell ARM holdings to Nvidia for more than $40 billion. The two have reportedly been in exclusive talks for several weeks, and an agreement is near enough that they could finalize the sale by early next week. The deal could turn a profit for SoftBank, which bought ARM in 2016 for $32 billion. Nvidia declined to comment on to Engadget. We've also asked SoftBank and ARM for a comment. If the deal goes through, it could represents one of the largest semiconductor buyouts in history. It potentially gives Nvidia an edge across a wide range of computing devices, ranging from mobile chips to the most powerful supercomputers. For SoftBank, it would prop up sagging stocks that help the Japanese tech giant refocus. However, this is also assuming that any deal clears regulatory hurdles. Nvidia clearly wouldn't be a neutral owner. It would face stiff opposition from officials concerned that it might withhold technology from rival chip makers or otherwise give itself an unfair advantage. It could effectively dictate the futures of companies that design ARM-based chips like Apple or Samsung, and both the government and competitors would likely want reassurance that ARM's owner will play fair. It's interesting that they're selling it now, because I feel like as soon as Apple started implementing those chips, I feel like they would have been turning a huge profit. Right? Like, it seems like a bad time to sell and a good time to buy. Am I wrong?
I'm trying to think of the situation. I mean, I don't know. because either way they're making money, right? Whether it is they're being licensed out by Intel, because Intel also uses ARM chips, right? Or is that
No, not Intel.
okay?
Like mobile devices will use like ARM chips.
Got it.
So and then supercomputers, and as far as consumer products, nobody uses ARM chips, and Apple just is going to start implementing that. So you'd think once Apple hops on that train, other people are going to hop on that train, and all of a sudden you're giving Intel a run for their money, and you're making a good chunk of money.
4 years, and it went up. Let's see, 32. Was it 1/3 of what their initial investment is? When you're talking about billions, when they're like, "Hey, man, we brought 3, and we're gonna come out with 4, and it's only been 4 years." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I say 3, I mean billion, like 10 billion. You know?
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of growth, and if that's pretty good.
So
and they don't have to wait for it. You know what I mean?
This is also a statement, I believe, is this from one of the people at ARM, Tombo?
No, this is Nvidia.
No, so the statement from Nvidia, so uniting Nvidia's AI computing capabilities with the vast ecosystem of ARM CPU, we can advance computing from the cloud, smartphones, PCs, self-driving cars, robotics, to the edge of IoT, and expand AI computers to every corner of the globe. So they're really going for it here, and I think NVIDIA would be a good person to sell to.
Do you think that we see a processing chip coming out from ARM?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
You think we're getting Intel competition?
Yes. I think
Ryzen is no longer the only guy fighting.
Well, here's the thing: even Ryzen is using Intel chips. Even Ryzen is paying Intel for their chipset. Like, it's crazy. I watched a documentary on YouTube about the actual Intel's stronghold on chip processing. Anything that's even Ryzen was the first time that they were like, okay, like we'll like license this stuff, like this technology to you, but you give us a cut of it. And so even that competition isn't really a competition because they're still using like Intel chips. ARM is the only processor that's a different architecture that Intel's not getting a cut of. So when you now have Apple implementing that into their computers, you have Nvidia looking to buy. I'm 100% positive you're going to start seeing like Nvidia processors on the market that you can build your PC on ARM processing.
That would be crazy. That would be like legitimately. I'm very curious to see what this does, because competition is always pretty cool. You know what I mean?
Competition's key.
Yeah, that's what moves things forward. And I feel like for the last couple of years, maybe the last 3 years, processing, not a lot going on there.
I mean, like, Ryzen was the biggest splash. The Ryzen chips were the biggest splash.
Yeah, and like I feel like their the splash there was like, oh hey, these are chips that are comparable and for the most part cheap. Some of their big boys were pretty cool, but like comparable to like Intel's big boys, right?
Yeah, and it works
like
better.
Threadripper.
It works better for some reason. The Ryzen chips work better for the things that we do. So it works better for like OBS.
Well, because it was all about having more cores, which we utilize with OBS and all these little apps that share our screen and grab our. Those process require more cores to be split up.
So beginning next week, we might see a huge shakeup in the processing game.
Well, we won't see it for maybe years, right? Yeah. I mean, I don't know, because Apple is already starting it, and like the rumors are that's happening quick.
So yeah,
although they didn't announce anything.
So SoftBank and ARM are fully committed to satisfying the undertakings made by SoftBank when it acquired ARM in 2016, which are scheduled to complete September 2021. So there's a couple different rumors out there. The proposed transaction is subject to customary closing conditions, including the receipt of regulatory approvals for the UK, China, and European Union and the United States. Completion of the transaction is expected to take place in approximately 18 months. So we got a little whiles away with all the... I'm sure they're going to make the announcement soon, but this is going to be backed up into 2021 because now you're going to have everybody looking at you, seeing if there's an issue here with the conflict of processing.
I hope this goes down. I hope that nothing stops it or nothing gets in its way, because competition is what we need always.
Me too. And the Disney deal passed, and I feel like that's far more egregious than, Nvidia buying ARM. You know?
What do you have against Disney? Chill the fuck out, you know what I mean?
No, I'm just saying, like, I feel like that was way more of, like, monopoly and things to worry about than
I don't know.
this
That's
is going
fine.
to be. Just a sucker for Disney. It's whatever they're selling, you're buying.
I like what I like. You know what I mean? They didn't do a great job with Star Wars, but like neither did Star Wars with Star Wars. You know what I mean? The prequels sucks too.
Kevin.
Yeah, what's up, man?
If I told you 8 years ago that vinyl was gonna outsell CDs, would you believe me?
I'd be like, man, I bet you neither of their sales are good.
I mean, the fact it's pretty impressive. So vinyl has outsold CDs for the first time since the 80s. Like that's where we're at right now.
I bought a whole bunch of vinyl this year. I'm helping out.
Yeah, me. I mean, I haven't bought a vinyl in quite some time. I think 2 years.
I think I bought the last one I got was probably. I'll go get it. Hold on.
While you get that, I'm going to read this off. The Recording Industry Association of America has released its mid-year report on the state of the U.S. music industry. While there are plenty of expected outcomes, streaming way up, physical sales continuing to plunge, there were a few surprises. The report indicates that for the first time since the 1980s, vinyl outsold CDs. Vinyl album sales rose by 4% from the first year of 2019 to 232 million. That accounts for 62% of the physical revenue during the first 6 months of the year, but just 1% of overall revenue from the recorded music. Overall physical sales fell 376 million. That's a drop of 23% year over year. Reasons for that include people not visiting music stores, artists not touring, and selling CDs at shows.
Interesting.
Yeah, millions of people losing their jobs and entertainment budgets amid the COVID-19 pandemic. And then, of course, there's an increasing shift to streaming.
The artist not selling stuff at events is interesting, and I wonder how much of a cut that was. The last album that I bought, which was maybe 2 months ago, it's Mariah Carey, Merry Christmas.
A good one. That's a good one to have.
Yeah. We were at an Urban Outfitter, and I saw it, and I was like, "Hey, baby, I'm gonna buy it now, so that come Christmas time, we're prepared." So that come Christmas time, we're prepared.
December 1st.
She thought I was joking.
Kevin's firing up that sound system. He's going.
Man, I can't wait.
Hey, you got it plugged into your receiver, your vinyl.
I mean, so the thing is, I got a shitty little.
The Victorial ones.
Huh?
One of the Victorial ones.
Yeah, something along that line. But whatever, it's got the red and white out, and that plugs into the receiver. So
it's crazy that there's like actual vinyl sections in stores now. I don't know what's going on with our PC. I apologize, everybody.
It is, but at the same time, it's cool. Vinyl, real expensive.
I don't
like those prices.
I wonder what causes that price to kind of be way more. Like $32, $40.
Will pay for it.
Seems
egregious. I want to say it's like your average is like $28 probably the norm, but you'll have some that are more expensive.
I wanted to join that vinyl club. Have you seen that?
I don't know what that is. No,
it's basically like Dollar Shave Club but for vinyl.
So,
and they send you music every month.
I feel like that's gonna be way more expensive, and it's also gonna be music I don't like.
But they send you cool stuff.
The thing I really like too, and it's such a like hipster thing to say, but I do like every once in a while you're walking around the Mission and there'll be someone fucking set up shop, little garage, what's it called? Yeah, people.
Garage sale?
Garage sale. That's it. That was the word I was looking for. Your mic cut out though. I couldn't hear you when you said that. But a little garage sale, and you just walk up to it, and they've got a box full of vinyls, and you're like, "Oh, hey, Motley Crue, dope."
Yeah, I mean, you buy a couple of those. $5. How
Hey,
much do they sell them
hey,
for?
that's the
$5,
thing.
$10?
When you can haggle, you lower the price.
I'll take this whole thing. $300.
Mm-hmm. When you're buying it new, though, it hurts.
There's a couple of comedy ones I want to get. A couple OG Richard Pryor ones.
What do I have? One of the best friends sent in. What's this guy's name? Because it's a cool one. Dangerfield.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a little broken, but you missed the first couple minutes. You can hear the rest. And then
the first part's not important for comedy. It's just the setup.
Yeah.
I want to get a couple of Richard Pryor ones, but it's crazy. We live in a time where vinyl is the number one physical media for music. Crazy.
Never like, don't always believe in the hipster power. Yeah. Those young bastards they're just gonna keep spending their money.
Has a lot of weight behind it. Speaking of a lot of weight behind it, you watched the Apple conference, the Time Flies event.
I didn't have time to watch it, but I read the recaps.
Yes, so I actually was able to catch this one live, watch the entire thing. Little disappointed. Was hoping we were gonna get. I mean, we are at the end of 2020. We haven't heard anything about an iPhone 11. I mean, iPhone 12.
Yeah, I mean, come on, be cool. They're clearly having issues with getting everything working because of COVID.
Yeah. No, I mean, yes, but at the same time, it's interesting to me that we're not getting a new iPhone. I mean, we got an iPhone in the earlier.
I mean, it's coming. It's just haven't they already been like, hey, it's gonna be late.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the rumors are that it's basically we're not getting it by the end of the year.
Yeah. Well, maybe by the end of the year. From the rumors that I've heard, it looks like it's gonna get announced late October, and then maybe by mid-November we might see it.
How many events are they gonna do? I'm fucking tired. Samsung has another event coming up. I'm tired of these events. Just give me one event, like an E3, where you give me all these goodies in one. You know what I mean? Why do you have to have 5 of these things? They did a bunch
of events before too.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I'm all about I fucking hate what's happened with E3 this year, where it's like a month-long E3, where it's just won't fucking stop. I'm exhausted. I gotta wake up tomorrow at 7 a.m. to do a Nintendo event. Great.
Another one of those. Those has really worked out for you. Lots of it announced.
This one is the first time they've promoted it 24 hours in advance, and they're not just launching it. We're not going off rumors. There's one happening tomorrow at 7 a.m. and it's why are they promoting this one? This is kind of interesting.
I'm sure it's gonna be some more fucking what's that game called where there's 9 of them in the Smash Brothers? Fire Emblem. It's gonna be some more Fire Emblem characters for Smash Brothers.
I was so close to getting it.
And then it's gonna be some Animal Crossing updates. You could put a Biden sign in your yard. Woo!
Fucking people the people playing Animal Crossing would love that.
That's a thing. That's 100% a thing.
Oh, no, but they're not made by Nintendo. You can make posters and shit in the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be nothing. But this wasn't nothing. They had some interesting things at this conference.
Yeah, I mean, if you like iPads and watches.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much a good summary of what it was. Yeah. We got the Apple Watch Series 6. It's gonna be faster, of course. They updated the band where it's more comfortable. It's gonna have still gonna have this year's blood oxygen monitoring. It can measure oxygen saturation of your blood about 15 seconds, and it will check on it periodically as you sleep.
That's crazy.
You get some more of the sleep sensory stuff.
That stuff always pisses me off. As you sleep, who the fuck's not charging their watch while they sleep?
Me.
Bullshit. You don't your watch is dead. It's been dead for 8 months.
No, way longer than 8 months.
Correct.
Well, I mean, he has no idea where it is.
No,
someday go find it.
It's in
my backpack. What I mean?
It's in my backpack. I just haven't charged it.
right.
Again, new chipset, the S6 chips set of brighter display, always on. The usual stuff that you see from these kind of updates that aren't super exciting. They're updating the Watch OS as well. It's cool, but it's nothing like crazy. And they also gave you the cheap SE watch. Did you see that? It's the cheaper version, with a lot of the premium features, which is cool. And they now have something to where if you don't have an iPhone, like a kid or an older person, you can set it up on yours and you can get all the updates and everything right there. Which I thought that was kind of cool. Like, I'm not a parent, but people who have kids, I'm sure that's super useful. Instead of being like, let's give this fucking 6th grader an iPhone. Let's just give him an Apple Watch, and he can, if he needs to call, 911, he can do it right there. He can, I can get his location right there on his watch. So I see that as a good thing. That it's cool that they're doing. It's also a stylish thing to have, and then that way we're not giving these fucking kids computers in their pockets that they could do anything with. iPad Air got an update. The actual look of it looks more like the iPad Pro. Obviously has a boost in processing and resolution. The A14 chipset, USB-C.
Quick question here. The iPad Air, is that just a normal iPad?
Dude, I don't fucking know.
Or is that the mini version?
Like, I know.
Where are we at?
It's not the mini. The iPad Air is like the step in between the regular iPad, which is like the affordable one, and the Pro. So it's like a mixture of which are like the computer ones, like the laptop version ones. So it's the middle step. It's slimmer typically, but you can't make those things much slimmer. So it's probably as slim as a iPad Pro. So it's like the middle step kind of, and then you have the iPad Mini, which we didn't hear about today. But
we haven't heard about the iPad Mini in a couple years, right?
Yeah,
like there hasn't been.
I think 2016 was the last update.
Yeah.
And
that's before the redesign, right? So it's not like all sexy and rectangular.
Correct. And it is gonna be $599. Looks like Wi-Fi only is starting at $599 price point. Not bad. Especially I like that that iPad Pro look for hardware. iPad also got an update. It looks exactly the fucking same. Like they didn't update.
Why wouldn't they? Man, I really would. Why wouldn't they redesign it like they did the
You'd think they would, because I like that design. That is a cool. I like the boxiness. That's why I like about the Fold, like the boxiness of it. That's a really cool design feature now.
But they did add USB Type-C, right?
From what I was seeing, it supports. Hold on, I got it right here. Yeah, it makes the switch. The iPad Air makes the switch to USB-C for photos.
That's exciting. That's one more thing that's Type-C. Like, I feel like at this point, if we just go the iPhone, that's everything.
Apple's stubborn, though. But Apple's stubborn.
Yeah, but like the only thing they got holding out is the iPhone.
Yeah, you're right.
And then I guess
are the Pros USB-C?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yes.
Miller has one. Yeah.
Okay.
The headphones plug in through USB-C?
Yes, they can.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you're so close to being like, hey, you just need one cable to do all this shit.
I remember last time Apple, when they got rid of that 12-pin connector, everybody freaked out because they had that forever. So I can't imagine them doing the complete switch over like that. That's going to go over.
But here's the thing. Most of the devices use USB-C now.
Yeah, it's true. It's a good point.
Yeah, you
ever buy something and it has a micro USB in it and you're disgusted by it?
What was that?
So do you ever buy something like a new piece of like whatever new tech or like a Manscaped or whatever, and it's a micro USB?
It's extremely disappointing.
Yeah, it's really upsetting.
Like, I'm sorry, what fucking year is this? Throw it all out.
Also, the Apple Watch Series 6 doesn't come with a charger. I don't like this trend.
Oh, yeah, no, like prepare yourself. Like everything is now going to do this.
So annoying.
Who was the first person to do it? Someone did it recently where they announced that they were doing it and everyone was like, oh, fuck.
Wasn't it Samsung? That? I think it was Samsung, right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Infuriating, and I don't like it. Luckily, I'm thankful enough that I can get pretty good cables at a cheaper price.
Stop showing off, dude. Stop showing off.
So it's not that bad, but for other people, I'd be pissed because those cables are especially Apple cables, like $20, $30 for like the proprietary.
You don't get a discount on that.
It's true. I don't, but I could buy knockoff ones or better ones.
Sometimes those catch on fire.
Yeah.
No, only Amazon Basics. All right. Did you see that story today?
Yeah, I did. No, was there a new one today?
Maybe I know. I did the news today. I don't know what day it was.
Okay, I saw one last week where it was like, oh, someone.
This microwave blows up. It wasn't on. It just blows up into flames and sparks.
That's not good.
Dude, Amazon, I cannot. Linus Tech Tips did this episode where he did a PC setup with all the Amazon Basic stuff. Just not good. Just not good stuff.
Hey, man, but it's like it comes quick. You know what I mean? Amazon Basics are cheap and they get here fast. Like that's getting there next day, maybe
same day.
Same. Yeah.
Impressive.
It's very impressive. And you know what we like hate doing most of all is waiting.
Yeah.
So you give me a wire that might catch on fire, but it's gonna be in my hand right now. That bitch is getting plugged in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a gamble I'm willing to take.
Yeah.
And Apple One. I think this is the most interesting thing that they announced was the Apple One.
Awesome.
Basically, they are going to be taking all their service plans and putting it into one thing for $15 a month.
Bet,
bro.
I'm in.
Bro.
And that includes Amazon Music.
I'm in.
That includes Apple TV.
I'm in.
That includes iCloud
Who's been saying
storage.
Google needs to do this, dude? Who was like, hey, man, they should make Google Life an app. You pay X amount of money, and you get access to everything. You got your fucking phone. You get your internet through that. You got your mass storage.
Be expensive.
Oh, yeah.
But a good idea.
It's going to be really expensive.
For someone like you, good idea.
$100 a month.
They have a new fitness app where it basically is like it's real popular right now. Those fitness like subscriptions, like the 100-day Beachbody, whatever it is, and you have like access to like all the workout stuff. So you can get that. You can get the Apple Arcade, Apple TV, Apple Music, all in one, and then iCloud storage for $15 a month or $20 for the fitness one.
I think. So right now I've got Google storage I have 2 terabytes, and I want to say it's like $15 a month or something like that. Kind of funny pays for it.
Yeah,
because we're transferring a bunch of stuff because working from home and whatnot.
I mean, it's the Amazon approach.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Like,
it's the Amazon approach where like you kind of just include it and you have all this shit. Because they own so much. And I heard Spotify was really unhappy with this. I didn't get to look into that story, but I heard like Spotify was really upset with this.
Yeah, Spotify, though, is having some issues, though, right? Didn't Amazon also just announce that they're going to have a podcast on the music app?
Yeah, I don't think they have to worry, you know? I think Spotify is killing it with podcasts right now.
I mean, yeah, but like Amazon has a bigger reach.
But Amazon Music has a bigger reach?
No, but here's the thing. Has Amazon tried to push music?
I mean, it's in every Alexa device, you know, and it always reminds you that you can upgrade.
Everything's in every Alexa device, you know what I mean? They got Tidal. Ooh, you guys got Tidal.
No, but I'm saying like off the bat, you don't have to buy Tidal.
No, you're not listening. I'm super upset about that. No, I get what you're saying, but also like, and I said this, I think last week, where it was like Amazon Prime Video wasn't like a big thing 2 years ago. Like it existed, and I feel like the people that knew.
Oh, I knew.
But like,
I was loving it.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, we're the dorks that sit here and talk about tech. Obviously, we know where we can get free video with our like paid subscription.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like your norms didn't know. And now they like pushed really hard. Like for a little while, every box you got from Amazon, the tape on there said, watch free videos on Amazon Prime Video, right?
Yeah.
And like that shit works. So I think it's a matter of time before they start really pushing music. And when they do that, I'm sure they're also going to figure out a way to like get more bang out of your buck to be like, hey man, for $2 a month, you get this thing unlimited everywhere or whatever it is. And like it's when they start pushing, it's gonna take a lot of space.
Just remember this: I've been using Amazon Prime Music for like the last 4 years. You know, so I was ahead on that train. I just wanted that to be clear when this blows up and becomes big. But I don't think the podcast part they really have to worry about.
Are we on that?
I mean, we're gonna be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck yeah, TechFever's gonna be there.
Maybe the first one. Maybe we'll get like one of those Rogan deals where they're like, "Hey, TechFever, here's $400 million exclusive to Amazon Music."
Oh man, I'm glad I have full ownership of the TechFever. You know.
It's true. No.
You know what's funny is that Google One is the name of the app that like handles the subscription for storage, extra storage space, and a couple other things, but mostly that.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's a good name, you know. Throw your brand name and then one after it. It gets the message across.
Yeah, Google One is a membership that gives you more storage to use. That to
me was the most exciting part. Tombo, you gonna be jumping on that because you're pretty much all in the Apple ecosystem.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gonna be doing the fitness one?
Definitely.
Ooh, okay, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna charge my. I'm gonna just get a new watch.
At this point, that battery's dead.
Yeah,
that's an exploded battery for sure.
Yeah, if I charge it, it's gonna explode.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us today on TechFever. There's no questions because you fucks won't write in. You know what I mean? Bunch of cowards.
I also got a PS4.
Oh, we're being mean to these kids? Are we being mean to
these
kids?
I mean, you know what I mean?
These fucks off. I'll tell these fucks off. So, Josh, you write one time and you think, okay, that's all I need to do? Fuck you, man.
That's what I'm talking about. Give that man an award. So, yeah, no questions because obviously nobody listens to the show, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Thanks for being involved, you fucks.
A bunch of useless pricks. Hey, look, this Apple One thing is really cool. The fact that they bundled their TV, fuck, does anyone even watch that shit? I don't think I've heard anyone talk about any of those shows.
Yes, Raven's Banquet, MythiQuest. MythiQuest is one of the best shows on that platform.
I don't know what the fuck is he having a stroke?
Yeah,
you should.
What the hell's a Raven's Banquet?
It's a really bad name. But MythiQuest, you should watch that. It's the first 2 episodes are free, absolutely free. So
please. I have Apple Plus.
Then
TV,
watch the
TV
show.
Plus.
You like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, right?
Because they bundled it a year with the iPhone 11s.
Okay, so you liked Sunny in Philadelphia, right? Correct? Yes? Awesome. So you like Sunny in Philadelphia.
I did, yeah.
Yeah. It's that in the gaming industry.
No, I know what it is. Yeah, it's Mac, right?
Yeah. It's good.
Okay.
It's good. It's really good. I recommend
it looked funny.
I recommend it.
Maybe I'll give it a shot.
You should. I highly recommend it. Do it. I was like, hey, check out Marvelous Miss Maisel, and you got on that. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure I told you about that.
No, you didn't.
Well, I mean, check the tapes. You know what I mean? But yeah, Apple TV, Apple Music, and Arcade for $15. That sounds like an insane deal. Plus, you're getting 50 gigs of iCloud storage. Those first 5 gigs that you get full so fast.
So fast.
Yeah,
it's upsetting. But
yeah,
here we are. I'm excited for it. I want to see more companies do it. I like this Amazon approach that these companies are taking.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Kevin, thank you for joining me on TechFever this week. You can follow Kevin on all his endeavors over at youtube.com/kindoffunny.
I don't want you fucks to follow me.
Yeah, because you don't send in questions. You know, what are you going to do?
No, thank you. Don't follow me. If you're following me around, go on, follow me. It's fine.
Also, if you Kevin's favorite question, if you ask him if he should watch the show, he'll tell you no. Hey, should I give TechFever a try?
Hey, that's not true. I won't tell everyone no.
It's not for
There's
you.
A couple people that I'd be like, you know what? It's not for you.
I love it. I love it so much. You can watch his show Screencast over at that URL I just gave. It goes live at some point during the week, if at all.
Friday.
Sometimes
We're
it doesn't.
Back to Fridays, baby. Back to Friday. All right.
get stoked about it. Sometimes it doesn't happen at all though, so it's kind of like.
And then sometimes the show totally changes format, and now we're only going to be talking about the boys for the next couple of weeks.
Okay, yeah. I mean, interesting things they're doing out over there are kind of funny. Surprised they're not bigger, but check them out. They're doing some interesting things over there. Real exciting. And Kevin, that kind of funny Kevin over on Twitter. You can follow me at Cheeks_Junior on Twitter. Stay up to date on everything that's going on. Play everything. And youtube.com/play everything and podcast services everywhere. Leave a review. Please. If you listen to the show at all, do me a favor.
Don't
leave a review. Subscribe on, if you have multiple of them, just subscribe on all of them.
Or make multiple.
And then leave reviews on all of them.
Okay, you know what I mean? Make another one.
I just
do that 3 times for us. Do this 3 times.
I just did it. I just got a phone. First thing I did, downloaded app Google Podcasts and subscribed to all our shows. So you should do the same.
Yep. Just do that. Just give us a little review. If it's anything less than 5 stars, go fuck yourself. All right, you understand what we need, right?
We'll come for you.
If you're gonna go in there and fuck me with less than 5 stars, you get the fuck out right now, and you turn this app off right now.
I feel like this is rule 101 of the internet. Don't say the thing you don't want. Where you're just gonna get review bombed.
They're good kids. They're not gonna say it. They're not gonna fuck.
I appreciate the comedy of it. If you give us 1 star, I will appreciate it.
But if they fucking do, I swear to God, I will gut you like a fish. You know what I mean? Asshole to mouth. I'm gonna go all the way. You.
Tombo Vlogs at Tombo Vlogs, and until next time,
we got the fever.
Beaver.